Hello, and welcome to Double Dragon Trouble, our weekly D&D stream where we face draconic problems and other problems, not of draconic nature. I am Thijs Pilsen, your DM for tonight, and joining me are two players. First, the fish out of water, Dagus, the Triton Paladin, played by Chris Jørgensen.
Hello. Who I'm not playing today, I guess.
Oh, no, but you should. And Dinok, the Wood Elf monk, played by Frederik Pandur. So, a brief recap of what has happened. So, you are in a world, the Forgotten Realms, which is besieged by, well, not besieged by dragons, just controlled by dragons since Tiamat was unleashed upon the world. Your party wanted to join the resistance to finally do something about this after 40 years. To do this, you have been assigned with a mission to prove your loyalty, your skills, and all that stuff. And the mission is to rob a bank and retrieve a silver necklace from Vault 7. You have met friends, you have made allies, you befriended the Dragonborn bouncer, I guess he was, Grbalust. And you made it into the bank with some amazing deception checks. Brilliant work all around. On your way, you lost Dinok to a room of darkness. Vault 9 was protected by a room of utter darkness. Dinok went in, found a secret lever, pulled it, and was teleported to another room full of water. And unable to find this lever, his two companions, Dagus and Bethrogar, the dwarf barbarian, went on. Last time you braved the securities of Vault 7. You went to the Hell Room, which wasn't really hell, it was just full of small animal skeletons attacking you. Owls, dogs, that kind of stuff. Then you went through the Arrow Room and the Ballroom, which was basically a ball pit with a weird creature. You got to Vault 7, opened it, and you discovered that someone had already made it there. Two people were already in the vault, lockpicking some of the lockers inside. One of them, a drow calling himself Carrick, and a silver dragonborn calling herself Nala. They had a plan to escape, but you had aroused the guards outside, and they were coming, so you had to defend the vault while they drew the teleportation circle and such. You fought bravely. You managed to kill quite a few of the cultists. You managed to bring down one of the rumored purple-masked inquisitors, but not before he was able to bring down your companion, Grbalust, who died as he lived, frozen by a Dragon Ball, I guess it was.
Yeah.
But you managed to get revenge. You killed him and took a piece of his mask. Then you went into the teleportation circle and got out. You emerged into a nice old study, dusty, with a weak fire and an old man, and that's where we left off last time. We're not going to pick up from that point in let's say history. We're making history. We're going to pick off where Dinok left off. See what has he been up to? What is he doing? Where is he even? So,
Drowning.
Dinok, you were drowning. You remember drowning. You pulled this lever, was teleported to this room that was full of water, and on the floor of the room there were these 4 glowing stones, which you sort of figured had some sort of combination to them. If pressed in the wrong, or let me say in the right way, they would open the door, presumably. You attempted a few times without much success, and I'm just going to railroad you for a bit, because the chances that you're going to find the combination is pretty small, just by trial and error.
Yeah.
So, Dinok, the last thing you remember was trying frantically to press these buttons in the right order before passing out. You are not dead.
Oh.
Wake up, and you are still damp. Your clothes are damp. Your hair wet, not dripping, but no one has cared to dry. Moist.
Moist hair.
You are also pretty cold. You are shivering. You look around. I presume you can see, because your character art has like a bandage in front of your eyes.
Oh yeah, he can see.
So it's not like just open it. Alright. You look around. You're in a cell. It's a dank, dark cell, but you have dark vision, so you can see pretty well. There's frost and snow in the corners. It's that cold. You are manacled and chained to one of the walls. There's a big, sturdy wooden door leading out of the cell, locked, obviously. Far above you, near the ceiling, there's a tiny window with iron bars blocking, and you can just see a bit of daylight coming through up there. Also in the cell, there's an old halfling in rags. He's chained to the wall opposite yours, in much the same manner that you are manacled, I guess you could say. And yeah, Chris, that is you for this session.
Yes.
He looks pretty old. He looks to be around 70, 80. And yeah, that is where you are. What do you want to do?
Well, let me first address the issue. Who are you, I ask of the halfling?
Huh? Who are you? How did you get in here? This is my room.
I don't actually remember. Do you know where we are?
Oh.
So, yeah, because you know that you are in the dungeons of Waterdeep Castle.
Yeah, they like to call it a dungeon, but I like to think of it as mine.
Do you know where?
Waterdeep.
Okay.
It's quite cozy, is it not?
You wouldn't have happened to see a person who has like lost a hand or something?
I look down to see if you've lost a hand. Oh, I don't think so.
How long have you been down here for?
Oh, how long have I been down here?
Probably 30 years, maybe. It's up to you.
Okay. It's been quite a while. Could be between a week and maybe 50 years. I don't know. I sort of lose track.
It's the thing with isolation. When you're alone, you lose track of time.
Yep, I can already see this going very well. Do you know if there are any guards patrolling the dungeon?
As you say that, you can hear footsteps on the corridor outside.
Oh, speak of the dragon.
There might be.
You also hear keys rattling.
Is it dinner time already?
A key inserted into the door. And then all the lock mechanisms.
This takes a while.
Suddenly I feel very important.
And then the door opens, and you can see there's like your typical dragon cultist with the dragon spiky uniform, opening the door and sort of making the noises. He looks inside the cell. Looks at you, Chris. Ah, you're still here.
Of course I am.
Well, where else would it be? He looks over at you, Dinok. The chief wants to see you. Get up. No funny business. And now that I assume you stand up.
I stand up and prepare to follow him.
Alright, so you notice that you're only wearing like the barest minimum of your clothes. Yeah. Your packs, your weapons, everything else have been taken from you.
I'm thinking how well of a weapon his itchiness would be.
Who knows? So you sort of open the store further, and in comes two other guards. They look a bit more buff, bit more competent, if you like. They walk in, unshackle you from the wall, sort of like tie your shackles together so your hands and feet are like bound together, and then get up, move on this way, and start shoving you out of the cell.
Can I join?
One of them just spits at you. Shut your mouth! You disgust me.
All right, maybe tomorrow then.
You're lucky. You're lucky you're still alive.
Yeah.
And then they shut the door. So, Dinok, you are led down this corridor, and you see there's cells on all sides. It's really cold. These guys are wearing thick furs and like gloves and stuff, and you're almost in your underwear, pretty much, and you're still damp from the experience in the room. So unless you had some kind of cold resistance, you're starting to shiver. You are led
I'm
to.
shivering.
One of the guys are, it's pretty cold down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speak the truth, it's cold all over the place. Anyway, this way. And you're led down the corridor, up a few stairs, and into a small room with a pretty bare desk. Pretty Spartan in the furniture, this room. And behind it, there's a guy wearing a purple mask. And he has a ledger in front of him. An inkwell kind of stuff. He looks up at you as you enter. Alright, let's get this over with, shall we? You seem you're not in a hurry, are you?
No, I don't think so. Unless these gentlemen would want me elsewhere.
No. Please be seated. And he sort of like points at a chair in front of the table, and you don't even get a chance. You just almost lifted off the ground and sat down in the chair by these guys. And they're just standing like right at your shoulders. Yes. Yeah, so let me see. He flips a page, start writing. So you were involved in the heist in the Miller and the Roger and Miller Bank, I presume. It also goes by the name of the White Fang. Either way will do. Yes, very good. He writes in the book. Your name, please.
Dinok.
Dinok. You don't have a last name, family name, anything?
No, you see, I'm a monk. I don't know. I was trying to make a deposit, and then with one of my friends, and then suddenly there was like these people trying to force their way in, and I think I got taken hostage and thrown into a dark room. I remember drowning and stuff, but I can't remember much else.
Make a persuasion check.
11.
So it's like, what? And then he's sort of, oh, that's ridiculous. So, only T-Dog. Good. Alright, your age, please.
It's not polite to ask a elf's race.
One of the guys just cuffed you. Answer the question.
6 years.
6 years.
60 years.
60 years. Oh, right. Probably. Well, you're an elf. I don't know much. I don't get out much. I'm just going to write male elf. Is elf good enough?
Yeah, wood elf if you need to be specific, but elf is.
I'll write wood elf. No problem. He writes down. So, now you obviously have been accused of being associated with this party that has broken into the White Fang Bank, stolen some goods from several of the vaults, including the otherwise pretty secure Vault 7. Can I just ask you why? Why were you there? Why did you do it? Why? Sort of just a general question. What got into your mind that made you go to rob a bank?
I've been, since my temple was ransacked by a group of bandits, I've been sort of living day to day. So I wanted to find a job here in the city, but because of me being an outsider, I wasn't trusted very well, so no one would hire me. So it sort of turned into a necessity to just get some food, and the best way to get that was to
Rob a
get some
bank.
money. Yeah.
I must say that is either a lie or very ambitious. We shall see. Whichever is correct. So, I'm interested in asking you, because the contents of Vault 9 and Vault 7 are pretty, let's say, interesting. So, were you hired by anyone to do this? You working for anyone?
Yeah, there were some people who, like, I started asking around in the more dark places of Waterdeep,
Oh yeah.
and then some people approached me because apparently they heard me talking about it, about being in need of money, and so they asked if I wanted in.
All right. Do they go by any name and just pulls out another book, flips a few pages? Were they by any chance calling themselves the People's Liberation Front of Waterdeep?
No, we didn't really talk much about that stuff. I guess they didn't trust me either.
How about the Golden Company?
I did hear something about a golden company, but I'm not sure if it was them or just someone they knew.
All right. Well, you see, attached to this allegation against you for participating in the robbery, there are 5, let's just say, cases of murder. So that will, of course, obviously, naturally, automatically mean a death penalty. So you are facing quite a charge, Mr. Dinok. So if there's anything you are not telling me, it would be helpful for both you and me. Especially you, I imagine, given your current situation, because you see, you are in deep trouble. So unless you can make yourself useful to us, I don't see any reason why I would help you any further.
Well, I don't really remember much about the people, but I remember where we had our meetings.
Oh yeah. And he flips another page. Tell me where.
We had a meeting in a graveyard, in a sort of crypt. And I remember that at some point there was someone in there who said that that guards had arrived, so we ran down a tunnel, a secret tunnel or something.
Hang on. He gets up, goes to a shelf, finds a scroll, opens it. Ah, that were you. All right. Interesting. We got a tip from someone that something was going on in that crypt. And, well, we couldn't really say if anything was going on. We found evidence of something, but we didn't catch anyone. So that was you. That's very interesting. But so, yeah, that is not super useful, but sure. That's a nice bit of information. I'm going to ask you a final time. Are you working for anyone that you can name? Can you name any individuals?
I can't name any individuals, but I'm pretty sure that they disliked the whole dragon thing. They didn't really like the dragon. I think that's probably why they selected the dragon called Bank for robbery.
Maybe. I imagine there aren't really any other banks to rob. Well, who am I to judge? Very well. Well, if you don't have anything to add, then I am just going to process you, and you can continue your destined day, and I will continue mine. Do you have any closing remarks?
If I remember anything more, should I return here to tell you, or?
But I'm afraid that your chances to return here are slim.
Oh.
So unless you have something right now, I'm afraid I cannot help you.
In case that I get the death sentence, may I ask you to note down everything that happens to me, and then send my belongings to one of the nearest temples of the Way of the Long Death? I know we are very few, but that means all the information and data that we can gather would be crucial. That is all I ask.
He gets up, goes to the shelves again, looks around, picks out a scroll. Oh yeah, monks. Way of the Long Death. Yeah, we had some run into them, and to be frank, we're not too pleased. Apparently, they have murdered a few of my people, so I'm afraid I cannot help you with that either. But rest assured, all your belongings will be used in the best manner to better the lives of the citizens of Waterdeep, obviously. Anyway, it was a pleasure talking with you, and have a nice day. He nods to the guards, and they just like grab you under the arm, lift you out of the chair, and drag you out of the door. He flips
Do any of the guards have a key?
Make a perception check.
14.
14.
Or wait, no, 16.
16. So not the guards that carry you, but the one that opened your cell door has like a bundle of keys in his belt, and he's off waiting outside in the corridor as you come out. Well, that was brief. Very good. I assume, and they just nod. Oh, well, all right. Let's get on with it then. This way, and he leads you out of down the corridor to some stairs, and you notice that he's not leading you back to the dungeon.
Am I still handcuffed?
Yeah, your hands are manacled. You are, well, maybe soon. Your feet are manacled, so it's a bit difficult walking. So it's sort of like half drag you, and he's walking a few feet in front of you. You get taken to a room. You kind of guess that this is about ground level because of the windows and the way the light falls in and stuff. You get a sense that you're no longer in the dungeons of the castle. And you get taken to a room which has some benches along the walls, and they lock your manacles to one of the benches. And the guy with the keys looks at you. I assumed you are from Waterdeep, right?
No, I'm not from Waterdeep.
Oh, well, how long have you stayed in Waterdeep?
Only a couple of days.
Oh, well, then this will probably be a bit of a surprise to you. But rest assured, it's very simple procedure. In a moment, your partner will arrive, then you will be linked up, and then you just go out there and do your best. All right? Very easy.
Okay.
Fine. Good.
Do our best how?
You'll see. It's really straightforward. Just wait here. And he leaves. The two other guards sort of take position at the door and just look at you. After 10 minutes or so, the door opens and he returns with two other guards, and between them is the the halfling. What was his name?
Soren.
Chespin, whatever.
Chesper.
Soren Chesper is dragged in. Also locked to the bench next to you, and then there's sort of like do some stuff with your manacles, so you end up just having one between your ankles, and your hands are free, apart from the chain that locks you to the bench. So we have a quick question for you two. Your choice of weapon and maybe a bit of armor. You will follow me, and then you will get to choose, and then you just go out there and do your best. Does that sound fine to you?
Yeah.
Very good. Then stand up, and one of the guards will move over again. Undo the manacles that ties you to the bench. You're still tied together, and then the 4 guards, along with the 5th one carrying the keys, march you out of the room into another room. And this one looks like a small armory. There are rusty weapons on racks, some weird pieces of armor and stuff, and just you can take your pick. And then when you're done, you just walk out of that door. He points to like a door with some bars for blocking it. And yeah, best of luck. And he leaves. The 4 guards still stay there. So there are racks of all sorts of weapons. So you can walk around and look for something in particular if you want to, or you can just pick something randomly. There's some old leather armor, some helmets and stuff. And outside the door that he points towards, you can hear like a big crowd.
I grab a spear.
All right. So you look at it. It's not the best quality, and it's a bit rusty, and the wood looks a bit bent. But it is a spear. Soren Chopin. I keep forgetting the name. Jasper. Sorry, Soren Jasper. There are also weapons for halflings, daggers, rapiers, that kind of stuff.
Alright. Can I find like I don't know, like a great sword or a glaive? That seems like slightly too large for me.
Yeah. Glaive? Sure. You rummage around and yeah, you find a glaive.
A glaive, alright.
Can you even handle that?
So it is heavy. Let me just check. I don't think small creatures have disadvantage. Well, you can, but you have disadvantage on your attacks if you use a glaive. You want it anyway?
I'll take a glaive and maybe can I take
Maybe a
multiple
battle
things?
Sorry?
Can I take multiple things?
Well, you can carry one glaive and then maybe stuff something into a belt, like daggers or a short sword. There's also like bows, crossbows.
I think I'll realize that the glaive might be a bad idea. So I'll take a short sword.
You sort of lift it, whoa, almost
Oh god.
fall into like a rack, then put it down again. Take out short sword.
Yeah, and maybe a sling.
Alright.
Can I grab a longbow too? And some arrows?
Sure, you grab it. Again, not the best quality. This looks like old pieces that has been like would otherwise have been thrown out, but they have ended up here instead. So you can also take some armor there, like leather, like breastplates and helms and stuff. There's not a suit of armor, but you can find some protection if you want it. I know monks probably don't want it. Because
is there normal clothes, like just to
oh yeah.
take care of the worst of the cold?
So you wrap yourself in a robe thing.
I'll find some leather to put on.
Okay. You find this might have been made for children, but it fits a halfling, so you put it on. It looks a bit ridiculous, like it's very ostentatious, like with weird shoulders and like dragon. Well, it's not dragon teeth, it's probably wolf teeth, but they're sort of like carved to look like dragon teeth.
Why
from the sides.
Why do they have leather armor made for children?
Who knows?
That's so fucked up.
You might be about to find out.
I guess.
So when you sort of like pick the last stuff and then you look ready, the guards menacingly with their hands on the weapons start nodding towards the other door, and the bars start rising up, and you can see pale daylight streaming in from outside. So do you want to make a fuss, or do you want to go out?
I think I'm just kind of walking around looking.
So you are manacled together, so you can't. You have to make decisions as a team now, because you are pretty much tied together.
Okay. Should we just walk out?
Yeah, sure, but take it slow, cause my legs aren't as long as yours.
I will take small strides.
Oh, thank you.
So you, Soren, just take the longest strides you can do, and Dinok has sort of like small steps. So you make your way out. Two of the guards follow you to the exit. As you leave, one of them just runs up behind you and clips on another chain to the one connecting your legs already, and then he rushes back in, and the bars go down. And you walk out a small portal and emerge into what can only be described as an arena. Wooden sides all over the place surrounding you. Spectator seats rising up on all sides, also made out of crude wood. Snow lying all over the place. The arena itself is also like a bowl of snow because of it is drifted to the sides. There are a few columns and stuff like that. And on the spectator seats, you can see an audience. And they rise up and woo, woo, cheer at you, and they look like the better to do, like the top of the dragon cult that has come here for a nice day. So none of you are from Waterdeep, so you don't know how this works. Maybe you've heard rumors about some of the punishments that the dragon cult meets out, and you get a sense that this might be one of them. Well, actually, Soren has been here for a while, so you know this is one of the ways they execute prisoners, to make a spectacle for the elite of the dragon cult. So for some entertainment for them.
The applause goes to my head, and I become extremely self-confident, and I like raise my hands and just shout like, "Yeah!"
One of them just "Bravo! Bravo! I like when they're spirited." So you sort of move out into the arena, look around, and then another door opposite yours opens, and two people runs out, straying like it's called rose petals on the ground in the snow. It looks very dramatic. And then out of the door walks for a moment it looks like a dragonborn, but you realize it is not. This is, I don't know if you've seen this before. You can make nature checks.
Alright.
I already have a guess. Yeah, I fucked up my nature check. 5.
You've never seen this before. You think it might be some kind of dragonborn.
Yeah, 10.
10. You have heard about half dragons. You suspect this might be it. So it is a big brute of a person with a really just a dragon head instead of the human head. Scales. It's all white. Narrow, white eyes, claws on his hands. He's wearing some kind of fancy breastplate with all kinds of engravings and decorations, a fancy cloak over one shoulder, and pristine white clothes just spilling out beneath the armor, and just looks around at the people. Be ready for a show! People just, woo!
And, thank you.
Someone runs into the middle of the arena, just, he looks a bit late, looks at his paper. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Flormon Dagger Dust! And he points his hand towards the half-dragon. He's just as the audience goes wild. And Dinoc and Soren, and he points towards you, and you get also. Whoa. Then he runs over to you, looks at you. I assume you know what's going on, right? You know the drill. I guess you have been here before, but either way, you just fight. That's it. Good?
Oh,
Great.
Yeah.
alright. I
Fine.
thought this
And then
was
he runs
lunch.
off. You see that 8 cultists move in from the sides of the arena and sort of take stations around the edge of the arena. Sort of like maybe as a kind of supervision. You also notice 2 teams of slaves, maybe 3 in each team, holding a chain that disappears under the snow. So 2 teams, roughly on either side, and they just look at you with blank expressions.
Oh.
Then Flormon Daggerdust walks into the middle of the arena and draws his great sword and just holds it up, and people just, woo! It's a sword! It's a sword! And it's like a brilliant dragon-themed sword with stuff like dragon wings as a crossguard and a wavy blade and some jewels in the pommel, and this very, very magnificent sword.
Yeah, okay, the previous person's edge has nothing against this. This is a whole new level of edge.
Then he points his sword at you. Let's fight for the honor of the dragon. Make it count. And then roll initiatives.
I don't even want to do this anymore.
What did you get?
7.
7.
16.
16. So, Soren, with your 16.
Mhm.
Let me just get this D. With your 16, you go first. So, he says, let's have this fight, blah, 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 blah. And you just, alright, let's do this. Let's go.
Yes. Are we? Wait.
Bearing in mind that you are still
Yeah.
to Dinoc, so you can't really move unless you lift him or something.
Can I just sort of cling myself to the side of Dinoc and then prepare my attack for whenever he's close enough?
Yeah, you can do that. You're sort of like, alright, you step onto Dinoc's foot.
Let's go!
Assume that you allow him to do it.
Yeah, I do.
You cling onto it and just wave your short sword. Ready for an action. So, then it is Florman. He's going to look at that and just, I've never seen that before. Hang on. And he reuses his sword. Then out of the sleeves of his tunic, or whatever he's wearing, robe thing, he draws 4 daggers and throws them towards you.
Oh, shit.
So 2 of them goes for Dinoc, and 2 of them goes for Mr. Soren. So, Dinoc, your armor class
15.
15. Alright. Well, this is a very good hit.
Oh, fuck.
So 1 is a crit, the other one is just a regular hit. So the first one hits you like, straight in the chest, and you take a 9 piercing damage from that one, and just, oh! And the one is just, what a hit! The other one just hits you for 5 piercing damage.
Jesus.
The other 2 go for Soren. So your armor class is now 12.
Yay.
And let's see. One of them miss you. You just sort of like reflect with a sword. The other one hits you also straight in the chest, and you take 6 piercing damage.
Alright.
And the audience just, whoa! Daggers so early on, woo! I love when he does that.
I'm not looking too healthy.
Fanboys.
And then just, this is going to be a quick fight, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize if you had expected more of this evening's entertainment. And people just, ha, 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 ha. And it's like, the audience goes, wreck them, wreck them, wreck them.
Jesus.
Who
So,
is a
D-Knock.
ninja?
Huh?
No.
D-Knock, it is your turn.
Yes,
So
I
you're still
draw
standing in the middle of the arena and you're sort of like maybe 20 feet away.
20 feet away from him.
Mm.
Oh, that is not very nice.
Let's
Wait,
charge
no,
him.
No, I can still use my longbow on him without disadvantage, can I?
Yeah.
I ready my longbow.
You bring out the longbow, put an arrow on it, and audience just, ooh. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Give them a
Sure.
chance, boys. And you shoot. Make an attack roll.
That is 13.
13. Hits his breastplate, pling, and just deflects.
Damn it.
And it's not like, bravo, nice try. And then he draws his sword. Soren, unless D-Knock, you want to use your movement to get closer.
Nah.
Alright. So, Soren, you are still clinging to his leg, bleeding profusely.
Oh yeah. Well, I took a sling, but I'm not sure if I. Did we say that I took something to actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
alright. Well, then I guess I'll just do that. I can't really
Alright.
move.
So it's like, alright. You step off and start doing the and let loose the rock. Make an attack roll.
Alright.
Please don't be a critical fail. This can go so wrong.
Oh god. Jesus. 8.
8.
Yeah.
It hits his breastplate. Boom! Oh, the audience. Not particularly impressed. Then it is Florman's turn. And he is going to, drawn his sword. So he strides towards you as you are maybe scrambling to get another rock for your sling and another arrow for your bow. And the last maybe 10 feet he just suddenly dashes towards you. So he's like anime style, just gets right into your face with snow billowing around him and a few rose petals. And then he tries to attack D-Knock. And he hits. This might be a short battle.
This is when we die, friend.
Alright. So you take 4 slashing damage.
This is it. This is it.
Alright. How are you doing?
Not well.
Alright. That is his turn. And he looks like he was enjoying himself, but looks like, alright, let's just finish this. I have places to be. Maybe he even says that to you. Sort of like whispers to you after he cut you. I have places to be, honestly. Let's just get this over with, alright? D-Knock. It's your turn.
Yes. I prepare my spear and I use both of my hands, of course, and try and stab him.
Alright. So, yeah, make some attacks.
17.
That is a hit.
Ooh,
You sort of like lean back and then jab at him, and the spear sort of like skids along his breastplate and hits him maybe in the shoulder or something.
Nice.
Roll some damage.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Or no, yeah, 8 damage.
So that is. Yes, alright. So you jab him good, and you withdraw the spear, and you can see there's a lot of blood on it, and he's like, oh! Do you have anything else you can do?
Yeah. I want to slap him.
Alright, make an attack roll.
And I want to slap him twice. So I use a key point to double slap him. First with the palm of my hand, and then with the back of my hand.
Okay. Maybe make some attack rolls.
Yeah. 9 on the first one.
So the first one, you sort of hit him, but like he has scales in his face, and so it's a bit difficult to know where actually to hit him, where it would hurt. So just and didn't see to do anything. It was just
And the next one is 22.
that hits. So the first one, God, that didn't do anything. How about this one? And he's just it's rocked back by the blow. Give me some damage.
Ooh. 6 damage.
Not bad. So yeah, he's sort of like, oh my face. And then it is Soren's turn.
Alright. I'm still clinging on to...
Dear life.
Yeah, that as well, really. And I try to take my short sword and stab him in the thigh.
Alright, you can do that. Make an attack roll. Do you want to say anything to him as you do it?
No, I don't think that's a good idea, because I rolled an 8.
Just hit him. So you
will
hit
never
him
leave this
on the
place
leg.
alive.
But right underneath his flowing white robe, you hit chainmail.
No.
Oh. Well, it was a nice try. So,
And now we both die.
Florman, you hit him. He's bleeding. And you also hit him on the face. Oh! He lifts his sword and sort of start doing motions as he disengages you, moves away from you. Oh. And then he nods to the slaves, and they yank the chain. And you see the chain spring up from the snow all the way over to you, and make both of you strength saves.
11.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So, Dinok, you see this coming, you get the idea what is about to happen, so you stand your ground, and the chain doesn't really do anything to you. Through that, I'm going to say you're such a solid rock with your natural 20. So even though Soren is taken by surprise by this and not very strong, you also manage to stay up, stay standing because of your companions' steadiness, I suppose.
I love you.
And the slaves just like pull up the chain to try to make you lose your footing, but Dinok just is having none of this.
Oh, would you stop that? You're his slaves, not his bitches.
This is shrug. We're sorry, we have to do this. We're not being paid for this or anything, you know. So that was Thorn. So Dinok, he has moved away from you and sort of licking his wounds, trying to work some of the arena magic on you without effect. So you are free to do whatever you like.
I use my longbow.
Alright. Make an attack roll.
18.
18. That is a hit. So you take the arrow. He's sort of like pointing at the slaves. He's a bit distracted. Then you hit him in the thigh. Give me some damage.
And 8 damage.
8 damage. Very good. And I assume that was your turn.
Yeah.
Then we are back at Soren.
Alright.
So you can of course go on with the sling. You could also try to do something about the chain if you want to. You could do.
I'm comfortable by the elf. I think I'll just use the swing.
Just like
the sling.
one hand around his thigh. Don't leave me.
Yeah, I'll just try the sling.
All right.
Oh god. 5.
5 again. It hits him, but it just bounces off. Boom. He doesn't even like register that you attacked him. Then he is going to pull out some daggers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
4 new daggers. And the audience are like, ooh, yes.
This is
I
the end.
got to see the double flurry. And just looks at you, Dinok.
Oh my god.
And then he starts throwing them. Let us see how he does. Alright. One of them goes so far astray that it hits one of the slaves at the chain. He just and then it collapses. So he throws another one. It comes at you, and you take a spear and sort of like whip it out of the air. And the other two pass right past your head, so close that I don't know. Do you have hair?
Yeah, but it's very short. It just grew out.
Now it's shorter. There's like a puff of hair.
I'm bald again.
You get like that Viking haircut with like buzz cut in the side.
Yeah.
He just looks at you.
I just stand my ground and just give him like my meanest face ever.
Damn you! This proof ain't you! And he points to the slaves and they start pulling the chains again. Make strength saves.
Natural 20.
Again, so he just whips up around you and you just stand like a rock. And Soren?
6.
6 again. You're about to fall, but you hold on to the sturdy leg of Dinok, and you stay on your feet. And the half dragon just looks at you. It's like, damn it! It just takes like a handful of snow and just throws it in the ground. This is not how I was supposed to go.
We got
Then-
this, Fred.
So that was his turn. So we're back at Dinok.
As the snow is spurting up around everywhere, I use the snow in the air as a distraction, and then I quickly throw some snow up on me so I get covered in snow, and I use my mask of the wild to hide if lightly obscured by natural phenomena.
Oh yeah. So there's so much snow in there, and just suddenly, at least you try to disappear. So you can make a check.
A stealth check or?
Yeah.
$15.
15. All right. Also, Soren, you can also make a perception check. To
Perception
see if you lost track of your companion somehow.
Alright.
He's still holding on, but he doesn't know where I am.
19.
19.
Oh.
You can see him. He's like lying in the snow, sort of slowly drifting upon him, like a crouched tiger, something like that. Flormont, however, looks around. What the where did he go?
But I'm still there.
And that's like a sound from the orders that you haven't heard yet, and sort of like the slapping sound of just face palming.
Everyone in the audience can see me.
Stuff like that. But it seems like some sort of like audience code of honor that prevents them from pointing you out. Alright, so you're hidden.
No Rotten Tomatoes this time, please.
Do you want to move? So you're going to drag the halfling with you, unless you
Oh,
want to
God.
try to do something about it.
No,
Maybe you can try to pull the chain apart, or who knows.
I will try to use one of my arrows to see if I can pick the lock.
Alright. Make a dexterity check with disadvantage. Because this is not an ideal situation or
Yeah, okay.
ideal pick.
Oh, I rolled 6 on both of them, so let's see, 10.
10. Alright. You work with a lock. It's not the most advanced lock, and it pops open. So you have unlocked the one that changed you to the halfling, and by extension, the one that changed you to the slave team. So you are free.
Oh, so next time he'll just get like, wow.
Who knows? So,
Okay.
but that's your turn. So, Soren, you see that that Dinog goes into the snow, tries to hide. To you, it's really obvious where he is, but it appears that Flormont doesn't know. And then you see that he unlocks himself from the manacles, and you are able to move on your own now.
Oh my god.
So there are a few like columns and snow drifts and stuff in the arena you can use for whatever purpose you like.
How far is the closest column?
About 10 feet.
I'll just run behind that.
Stand behind it.
And then just look out and then try my sling.
Alright, so you look around and you throw the rock. So give me a attack roll.
15.
15. Throw the rock. Again, hits his breastplate. But this time you notice it. What the hell? And you see you're behind the column. You! I'll start with you.
No, that wasn't me.
Then who was it?
I point up to the audience. That guy.
What? Make a persuasion check.
Alright.
What? Deception check? Yeah.
Deception.
Make a deception check.
18.
18. All right.
Oh my god.
Well, he's just. What the hell? And he walks over to the edge of the arena, pulls down one of the cultists from the audience. Hey, get on and see what the hell's going on. I hate when this happens.
Oh, apparently
was
that
really-
was missed more than once.
God damn him. Damn him. Pushes one of the cultists that's in the arena to sort of supervise them. Just, whoa, whoa. So that's your turn. Then it's his turn. He's going to take a look around, see if he can find Dinog. What did you roll again on your stealth?
My stealth was
15 as far as I remember.
yeah 15.
Alright.
I think.
He looks around, and he's like, huh? And then he runs towards you. And so you are lying in the snow, but you're not considered prone because of like voluntary. So you can see he has spotted you, so you sort of stand up and get ready to defend yourself.
So you haven't got any more daggers, have you?
Just shut your mouth, and then swings his sword at you. I have all the daggers I need. And you just lean back and dodge his sword. And that's his turn. So it is you, Dinog.
Yeah. I used my movement to get 45 feet away from him.
So you would have to disengage to do that. Otherwise, you'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay. Then I do that.
All right. So you want to provoke, or do you want to disengage?
I disengage and get 45 feet away from him.
Okay. So you take your spear and start spinning in front of you, to sort of like make it confuse him, and then you start backing away, and then you run. So yeah, you get 45 feet away from him. Just you run up to one of the sides of the arena. You can see the cultists on the edge. Stuff like they look at you. They have their daggers and stuff, but they keep their distance. They're not there to interfere unless for whatever reason. So that was your action and your movement. Unless you have a bonus action,
Mic
then we'll
off.
go to Sora.
Mic on.
Well, it's kind of limited what I have, so my trusty sling. It's been so good so far.
Throw a snowball at him.
You try to sling him.
14.
14. Again, you do hit him, but it hits some of the chainmail and bounces off. And he looks from Dinok to you, and then points to you. It was you!
No, it was still that guy.
You lied! I'm gonna break your bones! And it's my turn, so I'm going to do it right now! And he rushes to you.
Oh
He
dear.
comes out of around the column, and he tries to grapple you.
Okay.
So your armor class is 12?
Yeah.
No. He sort of like grabs you, lifts you up, and then tries to like bring you down on his knee, like with your back first. So make a dexterity save.
12.
12? It is enough. You just twist out of and then make a whoa, and like rush past his knee and stuff like ow, move to pick up again. Dinok, you can see this sort of half obscured by the column. Something is going on behind the column. You're not entirely sure what.
So they're both covered by the column.
Well, not entirely. Sort of like half cover. But you can skirt around if you want to get a good shot at him.
I would like to skirt a bit around to see if I can hit him with my longbow.
All right, you start skirting. Make a dexterity save.
Oh. 17.
All right, you see one of the cultists that you walk past, sort of like extends the leg to sort of like try to trip you, but you just jump over it.
Oh my god.
Looks a bit guilty. Get him, move on. But you can skirt on if you want to, and get a good.
I will. Can I just like try to remember who it was?
Oh, yeah. He has like a blue flower in his collar.
Okay, nice. Okay, I shoot at the half dragon.
You just then shoot. Make an attack roll.
23.
That is a hit. Give me some damage.
Oh, 10 damage.
This is really effective. Good. So you hit him again, and he takes it in the back. He looks around, looks at the halfling. This is not how it is. This is not my day.
Still don't need your daggers? It seems like it's the only thing that you have a chance at hitting me with.
He puts his hands in his pockets, draw out 4 daggers. Is this what you want? And I'll give it to you when this halfling has had his turn.
Okay.
So Soren, it is your turn. You nimbly avoided being crushed on the leg.
I try and stab him in the neck with my short sword.
And then you grab onto his knee and just lift yourself up, standing on his knee. It's not like standing like Captain Morgan. You stand on his knee and
Yes, exactly.
Alright, make an attack.
Come on. 19.
90, that hits.
Yes.
So that is 1d6, and let me see. It is strength, so plus nothing.
Yeah. 1.
Well, you don't hit him. Sort of like nick him on the cheek, sort of like pick off one of the white scales from his face. It's like, what the hell? And looks down at you, standing on his knee. Get off! And it sort of shakes.
You will now be known as Soren Pimple Popper.
Just shout that over the arena. You will not be known as. And the audience just, woo! The halfling hits!
Thank you.
There's like one of the in the audience, a woman says like, save his beautiful face! Don't hit him too hard on his face!
Oh god.
Or you could really win some hearts by saying that you will give her the scale.
Yeah, you can take. Do you want to throw the scale to the audience?
Yeah, why not?
Still standing on his knee, just throw it out there. They sort of like, ooh, grab lower, and then one of them just picks it up, and then one grabs his collar and just gives him like fist, and falls out over the rail into the arena, and one of the cultists sort of walk over and start pushing him back into the spectator stands. But it seems there's like a small brawl going on. in the spectator stand now.
Oh my God.
So
yes.
Florin, Flormont, beautiful name. He's completely focused on you, Dinok, and he takes his daggers, just licks one of them. This one is for my.
That might be like an indirect kiss. Ooh, lovely.
It is Valentine's Day.
True.
If only I had a wife. And then throws it at you. And it misses, goes just way off, and somewhere hits someone in the audience, and just. Oh! The next one hits you, and I'll just resolve all of them. Ooh! Alright. I mean. So, one of them, he throws it, and somehow he manages to throw it behind himself, so it goes backwards over his shoulder, and so like, where the fuck did it go? It just lands in the audience again. One of them just gets up. I got the dragon scale! I got it! I got Flormont's scale! And someone's just clawing him from behind. Like, I got it! And then he's hit right in the eye with a dagger. Collapses, and the audience just swallows him.
Now they also want the dagger.
They scramble. Yeah, it's crazy. Someone just takes a dagger. I got it! Get away from me! I'll keep this! My children will know that I got them! It's not the time to run.
Will just turn out to destroy the entire dragon cult by infighting. So, how many daggers hit
you take... One of them hits you in the leg, and you take... so that is 4 piercing damage.
I use my reaction to deflect the missile.
Oh, so you don't have to roll for it, or?
Let me see. I reduce it by a 1d10 plus dex modifier and monk level. So let me see.
The damage, I assume.
Yeah, d10.
So yeah.
Wait, it did 4 damage, right?
4 damage.
Yeah, okay, then it's guaranteed to be negated since I'm level 4.
Yeah.
Okay, and I use 1 key point to make a ranged attack with the dagger.
You see it coming and just dots down, grab it, and as you spin around, you throw it back at him. So make a ranged attack.
Yeah. And that is 16.
16, that hits. He just slides through one of the cracks in his armor.
Oh, and that's 8 damage. Oh, the max damage I could do.
That is a fine hit. Yes. So yeah, you hit him, and he looks really surprised. So just then he pulls it out, and then throws it back at you. And this one hits you, but that's only 2 piercing damage.
Oh.
So it just grazes your face. So that was his daggers. Dinok, it is your turn. You can see behind him on the spectator stands people just fighting, fist fighting, and people have brought out weapons, and their cultists streaming in from the sides to sort of like calm the audience. It's madness up there. But you're still in the arena. What do you get?
How focused are the cultists around us in the circle on us right now?
Well, some of them are looking up at the spectators with concern, but some of them are still sort of like, alright, had to. So maybe 2 or 3 of them are still fully concentrated on you.
I wonder if they would get mad if I shot the guy who tried to trip me before. Well, no matter. Actually, I shoot an arrow up into the spectator stands, like at the place where all the stuff is happening.
All right, just fire an arrow into the mess.
I try to fire against the one in the center, like the one with the new one with the scale.
All right, make an attack roll just to see. It's a pretty big target.
16.
Yeah, you just shoot into it, and the one that just claimed it. Now I got it. Stand back. This is mine. And then just takes the arrow in his stomach. He drops it, and people just surge in and push him away. And like in this brawl, a broiling mass of people just scrambling for the scale, a corpse just emerges on top of it, sort of like floating to the top.
Oh,
So he's ragdolls around a bit, and then just sails down the spectator stands and is like deposited into the arena, into some of the snow.
So he's dead now.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Nice.
So I assume you can do some shadow way of the long death stuff, maybe.
Yeah, let me just see. Oh damn it! No, I can't.
No.
Damn it! I forgot an important thing.
Okay.
Except if I'm within 5 feet of when his corpse lands on the ground, that would be way too convenient.
I mean, very convenient. Yeah, you're not. It's in the other end of the arena.
Damn it! This is not going to look good.
We could make a fate roll to see how lucky you are. No.
Damn it! I
It
missed.
just jumped into right in front. So that was your turn.
Yeah.
I mean, for your next turn, there are people just behind you in the spectator stands behind you. So, Soren, you are no longer standing on Florman's knee. He looks like his attention is toward Dinok. So, you can do whatever you like.
I wanna try.
Fly.
Oh damn! I wanna try to crawl up on his back and bite him in the neck.
All right. Make a acrobatics check.
13.
You grab a hold of his rope and start getting onto his shoulder, make an attack.
4.
So you just start trying to bite his neck, but it's just hard dragon scales and cloth and a bit of armor, so you can't really get anywhere. Completely frustrated in your attempt. Then one of the slave teams pull at the chain, and so make a strength save as they try to yank you off the back of Florman.
Jesus Christ. 2.
2, you just fly off his back and land into the snow.
Oh god!
Maybe I'm talking that luck was the worst thing that I did in this round.
Well, at least you got away from Florman. Florman, he will draw his sword and then stride towards you, but you are 45 feet away from him. At least. So he won't be able to make it in one turn. But he does have a weapon that he can use. So he walks up, and then he opens his mouth, looking at you, and you can see air sort of like start being drawn into his mouth.
Oh no.
His eyes start glowing, and then like a cone of icy wind flies out of his mouth towards you. Make a Constitution save.
Oh damn it! Couldn't it have been a dexterity save? Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20. So you see this coming, and you just brace yourself. You have endured a lot as a monk. You have endured many cold nights outside. Still, you are not able to shake off the full effect.
No.
Which is, let me see. There we are. Need no more dice.
No.
You got this.
So that's 26 and half of that. So that would be 13 cold damage. Wash over you. How are you doing?
Frozen.
I
think.
don't know. Ask my cold body lying on the ground.
So, sadly, no one saw how Grbalusht made his end, who is present in the arena. So no one will nod
No.
to the fate, the same fate that happened last time. But you take it, you freeze, and you lose consciousness, I assume. Just standing there like a statue with icicles from your fingers and stuff. Very well. So that is you. Make a death save.
Oh. 17.
17. Alright, so you have one success.
Yes.
Just gonna write it here. Just to be sure. So, Soren, you are pulled away by the chains and land in the snow, so you can sort of see everything that's going on. You can see Florman walk towards Dinok and then unleash this cone of icy wind in his face, and he seems to be frozen solid.
How far is the dude away from me?
So he is. So you're yanked, so probably 40 feet away from you.
No. Well, I want to start running towards him while trying to attack with my sling.
Like, while running, spinning up the sling. Make an attack roll.
Jesus Christ. 10.
10. Again, you unleash it, it hits him, but boom, just bounces off and looks over his shoulder at you, this tiny, wounded, old halfling, running towards him and just...
I mistake us already.
Crazy day. So, he draws his sword and strides towards Soren.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, little one. It has to end this way.
He's not sorry.
No.
He's just sick.
That's a correct assessment.
Sick in his cold, cold head.
He makes an attack against you.
Alrighty.
Let me just check something before we proceed. This should be much of a problem.
Just checking up on the rules for instant death.
Well, I know that one very well.
Yeah, double your max health and it's an instant death, I think.
Alright, good. It is ranged. Just need to be sure. He walks up to you. He is about to swing his sword at you when everything goes black around you. And you hear his sword searing through the air, really close to you, overhead. But you're not hit.
No.
So that was Florman. Dinok, make a death save.
I've calculated my chances and I have about 25% chance of survival. 14.
2 successes.
It is now getting even better.
Good, good, good. Unless
Unless...
the cultist with the blue flower walks up to your statue. Just looks at you. Ha. Serves you right. And then he puts out a dagger. So Soren, you can't see anything. It's like someone turned off the sun, basically.
Oh.
You're still alive, as far as you know. You still think that Florman is somewhere in front of you. What do you want to do?
I want to just blindly swing.
Alright, so you make an attack roll with disadvantage. It's just swing your sword
Alright.
into this dark night thing.
7.
7. You swing your sword. Or it maybe doesn't say whoop, it just probably says.
Yeah.
And you don't hit anything. You hear Florman also. So, where are you, you little bastard? And then you hear the sword pass over your head again, missing you. Enoch, make a death save.
14.
14. So you have 3 successes, which means you are stable.
But still very much almost very close.
So
Pretty
you
much dead.
are not dying naturally anymore. But if you take damage while unconscious, you still take death strikes. And the cultist has pulled out his dagger, just looks at you, and then starts licking the blade. It is Valentine's Day after all.
All these
He
indirect
just
kisses.
gets close to you. So you are technically unconscious, but you are in a way conscious for this scene. You and I have a date with death.
Can my perfect face like sort of persuade him away from trying to kill me? My perfect frozen face.
Since it is Valentine's Day, sure.
Yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god. And I'm not even very good at persuasion. 15.
Takes the dagger, just moves closer, puts it down your throat, and then just looks at you, looks into your eyes, looks down, looks into your eyes again. So, what the heck? And he takes the dagger away. Sheathes it, looks at you. Then he takes out a piece of parchment, writes something on it, and then stuffs it into your breast pocket or something. And then he walks away.
Oh.
Oh. So that's that. Soren, you're still in this darkness. In this amazing shadow duel.
Yes. I think I'll just try and run
All right.
for a bit, just to see if it's like an area or if I'm just blind. I don't know at this point.
You start running, and after running for about 15 feet, you emerge into broad daylight again. And you look over your shoulder, and there's just this sphere of utter darkness right behind you.
Oh, so that's what that was.
That's going on inside.
And then I take my sling
All right.
and just fire it blindly into the darkness.
All right. Make an attack roll with disadvantage. If there was a super disadvantage, but
Oh gosh. The first one was so good. 5.
5. Sling the rock. For a moment, you don't hear anything. Then you hear from the spectators.
Sorry.
Above the other noise, the riots in the spectator stands is getting out of control. Cultists are rushing in to sort of like try to stop people. Some are climbing up on stuff and just woo! And one of them just holds like a horn full of meat and just drinks it, and it's madness. Someone gets his leg and just pulls it away, and he falls into the crowd surfs away.
Jesus.
So all that is going on in one end of the arena. Most of the cultists in the arena, so sort of like, there's something around this, right? But there's also this. What's this weird magical darkness? One of them sort of runs into the darkness. Mr. Floorman, are you all right? Just get away from me! Where did the midget go? And then he emerges out of the darkness. Oh, what the? Looks back. What the hell is this? Then he looks at you. Sorry. Did you do this? Are you one of those magic bastards?
Then I probably wouldn't have attacked you with a sling, would I?
Well, you fooled me once, you're not fooling me twice. He is going towards you with a sword, looking intent on ending you.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
He gets to you. Let me just check. Is this... Yes. Oh. He walks towards you. And then raises a sword. And then freezes.
Oh.
The fuck? And the cost is standing maybe 10 feet behind, so like, what is this showmanship? Dinok, you are stable, so we are back at Soren.
He's just standing there frozen.
Yeah, he was about to like strike you with his sword, and then just stopped. He looks around. His eyes are moving. His lips are sort of moving a bit, but otherwise he's completely frozen. He looks confused.
I will just, in case he unfreezes, I'll just move between his legs so I'm behind him. And then I'll stab him in the butt.
Alright, so he is para, so you have advantage on your attack roll.
Alright, let's see if that'll even help.
It can't get any worse.
17.
Okay. 17. That is a hit. Hang on a second, I'm just checking. Create automatic fail. So attack resistance. Yeah, advantage. So yeah, you hit him. Roll some damage.
Jesus.
Just check.
2 damage.
And it is a natural or an automatic crit.
Oh. So it's just another dice then. 7 damage then.
7 damage, alright.
Always go for the butt.
It's sort of like
he can't see.
from between his lips, just.
Not used to getting it in the butt, are you?
Alright. Let me just see. Say. D10. No, that's touch. So that. D8. Dinok, you, just out of curiosity, what is Dager's charisma modifier?
Dager's?
Yeah.
It's 3.
3? Alright. Dinok, you regain 8 hit points. And you regain consciousness. And this ice around just melts. So, and it is your turn, so you were sort of like, not unconscious, but sort of like in stasis, kind of. You were vaguely aware of what is going on around you, but now you are fully aware of what's going on.
Can I, as a sort of bonus action, just quickly read what that guy put into my pocket?
Bullard looks at it. It's a short message. It says, "If you want to, let's meet." I am.
Is he still around?
Tomorrow at 8. No, he's left. You look around. He's not. He's no longer there.
Oh my god, you got a date?
Let's see. Okay, can I see
So
Lauren?
going on a date is a bonus action, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Can I see Flormond?
Yeah. So there's this sphere of darkness pretty close to you. So you only take a few steps, and you can see around the sphere that he's standing there, his sword raised as if to strike someone, but there's no one in front of him. Instead, behind him, Soren is just standing with a sword in the butt. And then there's one cultist sort of like unsure of what to do, maybe 10 or 15 feet behind Soren.
I spring into action and ready my spear and charge at the half dragon.
You just run at him. So again, he is paralyzed, so you have advantage when you attack.
Oh. That is 24.
24, that's a hit. So you automatically crit him.
Ooh. Time for the devil dice. And that is 14 damage.
14. That is some serious damage.
Yeah.
So you just run up to him, stab him. There's like an opening in his armor below his like in his armpits, and just aim for it and stab straight through. And you think you maybe get into some of the lungs and stuff. You can feel your way past the ribs, and he's like, "Oh, please, let's talk about this." So the cultist behind you was sort of, all right, I think that's enough. I don't know what's going on here, but you need to stop. You, he points at you, Dinok, and you, points at Soren, please step 10 paces away from this man, and stay there for a moment, all right? Please do that. That's his turn. Soren, you're up.
I think I'm just in like a rampage right now, so I'll just stab him in the butt again.
You just look at the cultist. So, step back, step away from the man, step away from Florman, dagger dust, and just so make an attack with advantage. Let's hope you actually hit him.
18.
18, that's a hit.
I hope it's worth the cultist flooding us now.
And it is an automatic crit as well.
7.
7. How do you want to finish him?
I'll just stab the sword up his butt and then just like push him. Just leaving the sword.
Shove him away from you and just
let the sword go.
Yeah, just
and blood just sprays from his mouth all the way, and then he hits the floor, and he's still sort of like frozen in his pose.
And I just leave the sword in the butt.
And the sword sort of like sticks up like a flag or something, with one piece of like loose cloth hanging from the pommel just in the wind, and the snow around Flom just gets red, spreading out from under him. And the color stuff like and then he runs. Alright, so you have you assume killed Florman. Dinok, you have watched Soren kill Florman. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah. I charge against the running cultist, or no, actually, I charge against one of the cultists who is still focused on us.
Well, so there was the one with the dagger that went up to you and gave you the note. He's gone. Then there was this one that was sort of like, and the rest are just engaged with the audience, not in the positive way, but in the law enforcing way. So this is pretty much the only one. He looks around, no backup, and he's just started running. So you can, if you want to, chase him.
Are the slaves still here?
Yeah, they're sort of standing there, their chains, looking unsure of what to do.
I try to free the slaves.
Right, so you run over. You can see they're chained to their own manacles to one of the pillars, and you just, I guess, just take the spear, hit the chain. It's like the classic Hollywood chain, just springs apart. And they look at you. Thank you. You killed him. That was amazing. Well, the little one did, but together. What do we do now?
Well, you could join the Waterdeep Freed Liberation Army.
You're from the People's Liberation Front of Waterdeep? And one from himself hits him. No, it's the People's Liberation Front. Or is it the Front of Liberate? I don't know. There's so many of them.
You know of a tavern with like a large well in it?
Oh yeah, everyone does. Yeah.
Ask
But
around a bit.
How do we get out of here? Instead of points around at. You're still surrounded by this ring of like spectator seats full of cultists and the guards. None of them are super focused on you right now, but they still pose like a barrier for escape.
Just leave that to us. Can I grab my longbow and try to shoot one of the cultists?
Sure. So you said that they start running over and untying or undoing the manacles from the other slave team. Meanwhile, you can shoot. So you are spoiled for choice. There are cultists in the spectator stands. Some of them are wearing the armor. Some of them are off duty. There's the one that's still running. He's like gotten to the edge of the arena, start climbing up the side.
We need someone to tell of our exploits. I shoot against the ones in the spectator stands, or just one of them with armor.
All right. Do you want to shoot at one that is close to you?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
All right. So make an attack roll.
24.
That hits. So he's sort of like wrestling with one. Calm down, woman. We need to. And then her husband sort of like takes his arm. You don't talk to my wife like that. And he slaps him and says, please, we're trying to get this under control. And then he's hit by the arrow. Give him some damage.
Nothing is under control.
How much damage did you do?
Oh, let's see. Seven damage.
He survives, but he takes the arrow sort of inside it. Duh! It points down at you. Someone, get that man! Get that man!
Oh fuck, I hope for an insta kill.
So maybe 3 or 4 people on the stands of like, we need to contain this, and then start getting to the arena. Someone else gets into the arena. He's wearing, it looks sort of like your classic rogues attire, black leather and stuff. But underneath the leather, he's wearing what appears to be a long, like black robe, very stylish. The leather doesn't look like it's very useful as armor. It looks more for looks.
Another edgelord.
And his face is completely black, with his fine green eyes. It's a drow, and he runs towards you. Just, it's time to wrap this up. If you would please follow me this way, and he points towards the entrance from which Florman entered in the first place. Time to scatter, if you know what I mean. Let's go this way, and he starts running.
Who is this person?
You don't know.
Okay, let's follow.
Alright, you start following.
Yeah, me too.
Soren, you see this guy run, and the slaves also. He's just, this way, come on, let's move. We don't have much time. And he runs towards the, I guess the locker room or whatever's behind the door that Florman entered through. Do you want to follow, or?
Yeah, I'll just leave the sword in the butt and just
look at it for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
no use for it. And you follow him. So he takes you into the like the preparation room on the other side, and this is much more nice than the one that you came through. It's like benches with cushions on them, and a table with refreshments, decanters of wine, plate of exotic fruit, grapes, pineapples, all kind of delicious things you haven't seen in Waterdeep, well, ever. At least Dinok hasn't seen it. Soren probably has seen it in his younger days, but it's a long time ago. And there's also some fine armor, choice weapons and stuff. And there's someone just standing there, dusting off some of the armor, just polishing it a bit. Looking, his face is mirrored in the surface, and sort of the reflection, through the reflection he sees you. You're not supposed to be in here. please, get out! And sort of like leans up against the armor.
I'll attack him with the sling.
Please, I'm just working here! And then you attack him. Make an attack roll.
Ah, shit. 10.
10. Alright. Well, you probably still hit him. Yeah, you just about hit him.
Oh, okay.
Make some damage.
No, 2.
So you hit one jaw, and you can hear the jaw break. Oh! Oh, God! I'm not working here!
We have now triggered a hidden boss, and he grabs the most epic equipment ever.
His flesh starts melting, and it turns into some kind of Ouroboros thing.
I'm sorry, I panicked.
Just, please just get out of here! And the drows of can't waste time killing the staff. Please, let's move on.
Alright.
And you follow him and disappear into the bowels of Waterdeep Castle on the other side of this. And I know it's a bit early, but I think this is a good place to stop, because then next time we can link up with the rest of the party and take it from there.
Does that
So
mean I get to play
nice.
2 characters at once?
I guess.
Double dragon trouble.
Yes.
Oh God.
Double character trouble.
Alright. Good to know.
So, well, technically he was a half dragon, so we were very close of having both Dungeons and Dragons in one session. But we're not quite there yet.
No.
Not there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, in time.
Dungeons and half dragons.
Anyway, so, yes, we will be back next Thursday on the regular place, twitch.tv/Double Dragon Trouble at 7 p.m. Central European Time for the great hookup between the party.
Oh my.
And the
Reconnecting
great
the
hookup
party.
between the cultists.
Oh, right. Oh,
Maybe.
my.
We still have that one hanging.
Yeah, a cultist and a monk.
Well,
Wait, what was the time? The place and time for the meeting?
so it said something like meet him. He will be at the Yawning Portal the day after tomorrow, I believe it was. I don't know, at 2.
I'll write that down under treasures.
Oh yes. Perfect.
So, a monk and a cultist walks into a tavern.
I dare you to name a more iconic duo.
Like,
Yes.
if we happen to get both slaves and
Oh, yeah,
maybe
cultists.
the cultist guy on our side, that would be like a major force increase.
Because
the
say
liberation.
wave after wave of slaves in first.
I guess we'll find out next time.
We'll see what happens. And,
I still wonder what happened to that guard captain who lost a hand.
who knows? The only thing you know is that the Inquisitor, the Purple Mask, mentioned 5 casualties. So,
Oh, I think we left 5 people in that room and locked the door, didn't we?
well, you don't know what the other party has been up to, but you will find out next time
Oh,
when we are
please don't.
back with the regular cast of characters.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I guess
so
that's it.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see
Yes.
you next time for more Dragon Trouble.
yes. Alright.
Goodbye.